Train to Pakistan. This is the novel we would be discussing today. Train to Pakistan is written by Kushwant Singh. He is an Indian author. And Train to Pakistan, as the title suggests, it is about partition of India that happened in 1947. But the novel was written almost 10 years after that, and maybe Kushwant Singh had planned to write that novel earlier, and maybe all the repercussions or all the social or political developments which were responsible for the partition of India, or which people had to go through afterwards, after the partition of India, were there in mind of the author, and it came out in the shape of a novel. It is a widely acclaimed novel, and since Kushwant Singh is an Indian writer, and he has been writing in English, and his various works have been adopted for performances, or for plays, or for movie adaptation in some way or the other. That is why we can say Kushwant Singh is a very popular writer, and since he's writing about India, or this is a major event in the history of India, the partition, this novel is very popular. Now, as I said, the title of the novel is Train to Pakistan. So we can say that something from India is going to Pakistan. A train which has people, passengers in it, is going from India to Pakistan, and now these passengers are not only some physical entity, they are emotional entities, they are cultural entities, and when a person has emotional or cultural entity, he is not a flesh and blood alone. He is full of emotions. He is full of feelings, and those feelings and those emotions are transported to Pakistan. Now, this is the title, which is which can be discussed at length. But what is the central theme of the novel is reflected in the title itself. Something is going to Pakistan. Something which is put as a luggage. Something which is put as something which does not have any life of its own. Something which is there stuffed in the train, and it is being sent to Pakistan. The whole train is sent to Pakistan, which in fact is part of India, which in fact is India itself. So it is transporting a part of India to Pakistan. So it is, the train is going to Pakistan. Now, if we think of the times at that time, and if we think of what people went through, and it talks, Train to Pakistan is at the same point of time talking about a journey. So what type of journey it would have been, or how this was it a peaceful journey? Was there any aspect of a forced journey? And so the journey is there, the aspect of journey is there, and the aspect of transportation is there. The aspect of transportation of the whole culture, transportation of whole entity is there. So it is it in the title speaks in itself a lot. When we see the title itself, Train to Pakistan, something is going to Pakistan. So the title in itself tells you a lot about the novel. And then we come to novel. Novel is based, as I've said, it is the whole plot is on the basis of partition, and it is talking about partition. It is talking about a small village called Mano Majro that is there on the borders of India. And this place is like any village of Punjab, where people, Sikh population is there. Since it's on the borders, Muslim population, Sikh population, Hindu population is there. And instead of talking much about political crisis or politics involved, uh, Kushwant Singh is talking, since he has taken a village at the center of his novel. He is talking about the village life. He is talking about the social life of the village. He is talking about the various communities which were there in the village. He is talking about the cultural beliefs of the population over there. And then he has 3 or 4 main characters. And the one major character is Hukum Chand, who is the district magistrate of this village. And Hukum Chand is a bundle of sins. And in fact, I can say he is all sin. And his day life, his night life, how he deals with people, how corrupted he is, and how he is misusing or mishandling people, or how is he plays ultra virus, like he's not bothered about rules or law of land, and how he uses law for his own interest, for his own malefied intentions. And everywhere, at every stage, we would find that he is corrupt to the core. His behavior with a teenage girl, a prostitute, and then his behavior with the public at length. He may project that he does not like certain things, or he may project that he may be favoring some people, but we know he's not favoring anyone. He's favoring himself. He's very selfish to the core. And at points of time, there are episodes where he tries to be remorseful, he tries to be repenting for his sins, but in just few hours we would see him during nights. He is doing all sorts of activities which make him corrupt to the core. Then we have another character who is Jugat Singh, and if you ask me, he is the only character in the novel. Or then there is Nooran, who is beloved. These 2 characters are the only 2 characters who are all good. They do not have any malefied intentions. Jugat Singh is a Sikh, and his beloved is a Muslim. And Jugat Singh is all actions, and he is he's benign, he is kind, and he wants to rescue people. He wants to rescue the people who are traveling in the train, who may be attacked by a mob, who may be killed, or who may be harmed, or the women over there may be raped. So he somewhere wants to do his best, and maybe he will have to give his own life to protect these people. And then there is another character who is Iqbal. Iqbal is an educated person. He has come from abroad, and he is a social activist type of person. But we would find that he is an activist, and he is without any action. He is only thinking, he is only giving theories, but he is not doing anything which could help people. So Jugat Singh and Iqbal, these 2 characters are very different from each other, but overall they are positive. They are not malign characters, and they are positive for society, especially Jugat Singh. And in the end, we would see that how Jugat Singh is atoning for the sin of other members of his community, and how he has he's played with his own life to help the people, who are looted, or and to save the honor of the women of other communities as well as his own community. And we would see that there are people who are very positive, who are all good, and they are behaving for the good of the society. And there are people who are inactive, and there are people who are basically villains, and they have nothing to do with society, and they are living like beasts, and they are living for themselves. So this is how the whole novel is. And there is a very tender love story, which is very subtly spread, or subtly brought up with the plot of the novel, and that is the story of Jugat Singh and Nuran, and this is a love story. So at a time when everything is crumbling, everything is at a standstill, or if it is not at a standstill, it is violently moved, then where would be any space for love? But there is a space for love, and in these circumstances also. And Jugat and Nuran, they are faithful to each other, they love each other, and they cross all the boundaries or inhibitions or limitations which are given by a society, but and which are but at the same point of time, they are not against the society, they are with the society. They are working for the solidarity of the society, and the basic integrity of their character, their integrity for each other, their integrity for their own conscience, and their integrity for the society at large, for the nation at large, for the feeling of community at large, or for a greater humanity, or a religion of humanity. You would see that these two characters, especially Jugat Singh, supersedes all other characters. Now, this is for today. I would expect from you that you go through my lecture and you read, as I always say, you read on your own as well. Thank you.